to that piece. Time for us now to get into a conversation. Every Wednesday, we always have a conversation that seeks to enrich public debate. Augustus Muli is the national party leader of the National Liberal Party, that is NLP, and we're here to talk about political parties and the future thereof. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. I mean, like about a month ago, you released a statement saying that there was a plan that was being mooted to deregister about 300 parties. What is the status of those political parties now? Because then they were on the verge of being deregistered. Are they being still deregistered?
Yes. But before saying that,
yes,
let me clarify where all this is coming from.
Okay.
Article 4 of our Constitution establishes what Kenya is. Kenya is a sovereign republic and a multi-party democratic state. Multi-party. And this article did not just come about. It came from the sweat and blood of our nationalists, including people like the late Raila Amolo Odinga. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
They fought so that Kenya can be a multi-party democracy. So any attempt by anybody to take us back to pre-1992 days, the days of one-party state, must be condemned by every Kenyan. Now, the state of the matter is that a few weeks ago, a number of weeks ago, we now have a new registrar.
Okay.
The former registrar issued letters, compliance letters, to 85% of all political parties.
Under it?
No, not under it. That was before.
Okay.
Just the former, just immediate former. Now, the current registered political parties are 92, so not 300. The fully registered political parties now are 92.
They're fully compliant?
Fully compliant.
Okay.
Because for you to be registered, you be fully compliant, having number of offices,
yes,
number of members. Now, 85% of those got non-compliance letters on one, number of minimum numbers per county, two, number of offices for each of those parties. Now, you must know why this is a big issue. 54% out of 54 parties out of the 92 do not get any funding at all. They don't have any resources. So they are working slowly as part of the multi-party democracy, and they are not being helped by anybody. Now, there is a body that was established after the 2007 violence, post-election violence, so that we have conversation, so that we maintain multi-party democracy. So there should be negotiation, there should be dialogue between the registrar of political parties, the IBC, and all the political parties. Without that dialogue, when one organ just says these parties are going to be deregistered because of this and that, that's what we are condemning.
The body you're referencing is the Political Parties Liaison Committee?
Yes, the PPLC.
And you're saying that in the course of this non-compliance issued by the Office of Registrar of Political Parties, PPLC did not intervene to initiate dialogue?
It hasn't intervened.
Okay.
And again, that brings us to where we are now. We have got the current leadership of the PPLC, the Political Parties Liaison Committee, which has overstayed, actually. They've been in leadership for over 5 years. And it's their role to engage the Registrar of Political Parties, to engage the IBC. Now we are preparing for 2027 election. Where is the communication, the dialogue between the IBC and all the political parties? There isn't. And this is exactly why PPLC was formed, to provide that dialogue, that platform where the Registrar of Political Parties, the IBC, can talk, can engage for the safety of this country, to make sure there's democracy, so that to make sure there's peace. So when there's that breakdown, then you see what's happening now, where the registrar feel they can just say these parties are going to be deregistered. This is where we are now.
Let me ask, because by the time you're being elected as chairperson of the political parties liaison committee, or even committee members, I presume you must belong to a political party.
You must belong to a political party.
Does it mean then that the comfort under which the current leadership of PPLC operates is because their parties are compliant?
No, not really. I can't say that. I think it's what we would call, in other terms, state capture.
Yes.
I think there's what is called complacency, whereas the leadership, they start taking for granted why they are in office. They are supposed to be there to make sure that all political parties are safe. All political parties are compliant. All political parties are vibrant. Without that vibrancy, and there's another argument that there are too many political parties in this country. No. 92 parties is not too much. Countries like India have over 2,000 political parties. Countries like the US, they have over 238 state-level parties and thousands more at local level. So what we have is, again, why do we have the political parties? Why should we have all these political parties? All these political parties provide, they are not just there to win elections. They are not just there to provide candidates. They are there to bring different ideologies. For example, the National Liberal Party, my party, brings the liberal ideology. The Mazingira Party, founded by the late Wangari Maathai, is about the environment. The Communist Party promotes that ideology. So when people feel that we've got too many political parties, that is wrong. We need all this so that our community can be cohesive, our community can live together. Just the way we have different religions. The more religions we have, the more people get to express themselves in the different ways.
And diversity.
So any attempt to register any political party, for whatever reason, without going through the right process, is what we are challenging.
And I believe it is against this backdrop that you're seeking the chairmanship of a political parties liaison committee. Let me ask you a direct question.
Yes.
Because you will still have this problem of parties that are regarded in the true letter and the spirit of the law to be non-compliant.
Yes.
Because you've talked about the minimum number of counties they ought to have, the number of members they ought to have.
Yes.
How are you going to help political parties, particularly these ones that are on the verge of deregistration, let's use that term, to be compliant and to continue being fully functional?
The aim here should not be to deregister them. The aim should be, how do we promote them? How do we support them? Even if they're not compliant, how do we support them to be compliant? For example, what I have done, I have brought together 62 political parties, what many people would call the smaller political parties. And we've said, what can we do to be compliant? Most of them cannot afford offices. So we have said, we are going to make an MOU. The same as Kenya Kwanza and ODM did. They made a working MOU. So the 62 political parties, we've come together and we've made an MOU where we've agreed we are going to share our offices. So we've put into one basket over 40 offices. So we are going to share all those offices in an MOU, such that you go to an office in Mombasa, you find one office there being shared by 10 political parties. What are the requirements of an office? An office must have the signage to show that this is for this political party. It must have all the documents of the party in that office. So we are going to make sure we are compliant in that we have all the requirements that every office needs to have.
One would argue that is trying to beat the system.
Yes, we must beat the system so that we can all fit. We must all hold each other. You see, what the government should not be trying to destroy, should be trying to find excuses for us all to coexist. And that's what we are going to hold each other's hand. These you call smaller parties. We are going to hold each other's hand and we are going to make sure we are all compliant.
All right. Last Saturday, you launched your campaign manifesto for the position of chairmanship of the PPLC. I mean, this was the first time seeing that happen, because there have been elections for the positions of PPLC chair and membership. But in about a minute, what are the core values of your campaign, or what is this that you're promising, particularly the small parties that are hinging their hope on you?
You see, this body, the PPLC, is embedded in the Constitution and is supposed to be protecting all the political parties. If you remember what happened last year, there was the impasse on the IBC selection panel. And that came from the political parties liaison committee. They did not agree on who should represent the Azimio coalition, for example. This could have been solved if the PPLC had a strong secretariat, if it had a very clear mandate and it was non-partisan. So it happened that some part of the leadership was partisan. And that's why we had the whole issue. So why I'm coming...
Part of the leadership of PPLC was
PPLC secretariat. Yes.
That's so your removal from the IBC selection panel?
Yes.
Okay.
You see, the PPLC should have stood its ground and said, this matter is not about Azimio. This matter is about political parties liaison committee. We take charge. If the PPLC had taken charge, the country would not have gone through 8 months of confusion. This is what I want to bring on board. I want to bring strong leadership, non-partisan. You cannot be partisan. You cannot choose sides if you want to engage the IBC and the regime of political parties. We are having elections, big elections in 2027. We need a body that can check the government, that can check the IBC. In terms of even procurement, we want PPLC, we want all the parties to be involved in the procurement of election material. If we don't have a strong secretariat, PPLC secretariat, we are going to be overlooked. We are not going to be involved. This is what I want to bring on board, so that people understand that the main stakeholder in all of this is not the IBC, it's not the registrar, is actually the political parties. Yes.
There's a very interesting question that always comes, particularly when there's public debate about political parties. And I want to hear your view around it, that political parties in some sense have lost public trust or are a bit disconnected with public mood or public feeling. If you're elected chairperson, how would you help in restoring confidence in political parties?
Nobody has lost confidence in the political parties.
You're telling me so?
People have lost confidence in the IBC, for example. They might lose confidence in the parliament, but not in the political parties. Political parties, we are the ones who provide everything. We provide the members of parliament. As we are talking now, 22 members of the parliament are from our political parties. 48 members of the county assemblies, the national assemblies, are from the political parties. So people have confidence in us. What is there is just to develop cohesion of the political parties, so that we don't so much look at competition, but rather democracy. We are all coming in to provide vibrancy, some different ideology, and that must be supported. You've got the liberal, you've got the social, you've got the farmers, farmers party. Yes. They're all bringing different ideas. So if we understand that, if we understand the role of political parties, people mistake that role of political parties just to win elections. No, it's to provide this outlet, to provide all these ideals that are important for the growth and development of our nation.
I want you to look at that camera.
Yes.
The one there.
Yes.
For party leaders watching you tonight, particularly because I've heard you say severally, there's nothing like a small party or a big party. All parties stand an equal chance.
Correct.
But for political party leaders watching you tonight, unsure of the future of their parties, owing to the threat from the registrar of political parties, what is your assurance to them on that camera?
All party leaders, all leaders of political parties, we must remember that we must work together. It's us against the system. It's us against everybody else. If we unite ourselves, we will provide the change that this country needs. So let us all come together, as the 62 parties have done. Let us come together and let us beat the system. Let us be compliant. Let's provide the numbers, let's provide the offices, and we'll bring the change that our leaders, like the late Raila Amolo Odinga, wanted for this country. The change that our nationalists wanted for this country. We have that responsibility. We can't let our leaders, our past heroes down.
All right. The elections are next week?
They are next week.
Okay. We wish you all the very best.
Thank you
And of
very
course,
much.
The team at the PPLC and these parties that indeed have been facing this risk, obviously, from the Registrar of Political Parties, and we wish you all the very best again in the steps you're making in terms of compliance. And thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you very much.